Hey guys, and welcome to Faces of the Future, where we showcase local artists in the area. Today we have the pleasure of bringing you Eyeconics. How you guys doing?
Pleasure.
So if you don't mind introducing yourself.
My name is K Prime the Jaeger. This is the infamous
SB the Anomaly.
the mayor.
The man. The man.
Sad that.
All right, so how did you guys meet, and when did you start performing together?
Oh man, probably could break that down better.
When did we met? About 6 years ago.
Yeah, about six
About 6 or 7 years ago. A good friend of mine, his name is Terrence. He was my basketball coach when I was in junior varsity in New York. And ironically, we both moved to the Orlando area, and we met up years later. And he's a huge fan of his father. He has a huge affinity for old school hip hop, and he was like, "Yo, if I put you in front of his pops, who is KRS-One, he was like, I know something's gonna happen." And I was like, "Nothing's gonna happen. You know, he'll see me rap. I'll maybe get a high five. I'll go home." And then I met him at the sound check. Yeah. You know, I didn't even know he existed. I had no idea KRS has sons.
Keep it low key, you know. Gotta keep it low key.
I didn't know either.
Shout out to Terrence, by the way, though.
For my boys from T. He's like a big quintessential aspect of what happened. He's like the epicenter of the way the whole thing came out.
Okay.
But found him, I assumed he would rap like his father. That to me just made sense, right? Like if my father rapped, I would want to rap too, but he took the opposite, right? He DJ, produces, and we just hanged out, talked about, you know, music and anime and exchanged, you know, just exchanged the vibes, and it was the same energy, same wavelength.
That's awesome.
And it just kind of went from there.
So you just clicked?
Yeah, it was like an immediate click.
Yeah.
Like
It was May 2nd at Club Liquid where we had the show.
Yeah,
like
the
6 years
nightclub.
ago. Yeah, in downtown Orlando.
And then we had another show
The next day
in Miami. So we rolled up, and I didn't know you were coming through to that one.
Me either. I didn't know either.
And he just popped up on stage. I was in the mix, and he just popped up on stage when we did the cypher, and I was like, SB's in the building, let's go.
Nice.
And we just set it off from there.
Yeah, it was wild. I almost didn't even get in. Like I was like, I'm on the guest list. He said, no, you're not, because I had like a brown dress shirt and like khakis and brown dress shoes, which is like not hip hop.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm here. I'm a part of this. They was like, no, we don't have your name on the list.
Yeah.
And then we came in, and they were actually running late, and he popped out of nowhere. I just see like a white shirt and a hat, like run through the crowd looking for the DJ set, and then I was lucky because his pops throws a cipher. And his mom allowed me to go to the side with them. So as soon, like if you go on YouTube and you go to KRS-One and SB in Miami, it'll pop up. And as soon as the cypher starts, his pops turns around and I walk right on stage because I was right there. Like, so it just flowed
straight
smoothly.
Divine moment. It was perfect.
Yeah. Super dope, super happy.
Definitely a blessed night.
So like, how old were you when you realized this is what you want to do?
Rap,
dance,
MC actually.
MC. I mean, yeah.
I mean, you do it all. Don't you?
Be correct.
Yeah, I like to
You're
dabble.
versatile.
Yeah, I like to dabble in different things.
Yeah, that's good.
I like to, you know. I mean, rap is why I didn't kill myself. You know, I was gonna commit suicide when I was younger because I had lost my ability to fight and play in sports. I had multiple scholarships for baseball, basketball, football. I was pegged for like martial arts fighting throughout the country, overseas. Yeah. Hurt my knee one day, kind of lost myself in that. And music it wasn't really something I wanted to do full time. I just wanted to rap because it just gave me an equilibrium and peace.
It leveled you out.
Correct. And then eventually I was like, I'm pretty decent at this. You know, I'm okay at it. And then I just kind of went from there.
Okay. And what about you? You've been in it your whole entire life.
Yeah. Literally,
so why did you choose DJ?
Out the base.
Not rapping?
Do you want a mic or do you want a turntable?
Literally, like, right there, just in my face. That'd be dope, actually. But I was like 14 years old, and I wanted to do production more. And I remember I had a conversation with my father, and I said I want to go to Los Angeles recording school, learn production and all that. And he was like, every great producer started out as a DJ. And at 14. Mr. West, Kanye, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
But going through, life and really understanding that it's totally different from just going to school, being a DJ and doing production. You give a little more mood to it. Yeah. It's not just making the beat and some rap song, the dropouts, bring out the bass, drop the treble, you know how to maneuver the production instead of just making a beat.
You gotta learn your levels.
Exactly, very important. Yeah. And the first show I had with him, after that car ride, the next day he knocks on the door, gives me the show CD, the show list, and says, "Your first show's in a week, I'll see you then." I said, huh? What?
So you got thrown into
I
it.
literally got thrown to the fire, came out brushing my shoulders off. Like, for
especially
real.
who your pops is. I'd have been super nervous. Like,
Oh yeah, I was petrified. I was
I'd have been like, what?
nervous.
And
nervous.
you actually performed with him, like
Since I was from 14 to 18, it was in like house parties, learning more about DJing.
Yeah.
And then from 18 till like now, just like onwards, I've been rocking out with him, just killing it every time, just enjoying it. Man.
So when you're doing your rapping, you try to stay more positive?
Yeah, I don't. It's kind of ironic because I curse a lot when I talk, but I don't curse when I rap. Like it just shuts off.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why. It's kind of like I'm around a grandmother or a grandfather. Like when I start rhyming, any derogatory statement just leaves my being.
That's good.
And I don't know why it's like that. Maybe I went to a lot of churches rapping when I was growing up with my dance teacher, and maybe that kind of helped. But for some reason, like it ain't like we're Christian rap. But we're not exactly, we're not talking about killing people or putting drugs out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's so much more to life than just killing and drugs.
And
what I got, and how much money.
Yeah, like I respect that lifestyle. I'm from the Bronx, so I get that and the survival of it.
Yeah.
But we have enough people talking about that. I don't need to add to
and
the
that's what makes you
huge
different
list.
from everybody else.
Yeah, I would like,
and that's a
like to
good
think
thing.
so.
Yeah,
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So are you guys performing in Orlando this week that you're here? Or
If there's a cipher, you.
Yeah, like
What?
we rocked last night out of
At
nowhere.
Austin's. Yeah, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, like seriously.
Yeah, we were at Austin's Coffee yesterday. Shout out to my boy RC Sniper
Shout out,
and
bro.
Major, and
Awesome,
they do the freestyle. They're voted as the best open mic in Orlando,
Oh,
like
wow.
very frequently.
I
People
need
who
to
have
check
an
that out.
affinity for
Real dope
freestyling
slot.
and rhyming go over
Real
there,
dope slot.
and we were just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
And we ended up on stage, and he ended up on the turntables,
Shout
and
out
we
to
did
DJ
like a
Nemesis.
small little
Shout out
show
to
for
DJ
them real
Nemesis.
quick, and
Yeah.
just
It was
vibing
fun,
out.
yeah. Fun experience.
So you were saying of how emotionally it made you feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it that you want to give to your audience when you're performing?
Damn, that's like two sides of the coin right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is.
MC
That's
level
good.
and
Two
then
questions.
the DJ level is.
Well, yeah, as an MC, I feel obligated to do a lot because I'm the voice, so to speak. Well, he gets on the microphone and talks too, but as far as like a rhyming aspect,
right.
Yeah.
energy is either held or transferred, right? Murphy's Law. So with that being said, it is my obligation as someone who's holding a mic to use that quote unquote power in a positive way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I want people to leave the show feeling something positive.
Yes.
And when I say positive, I don't mean like cheesy and
Yeah.
rainbows and bells ringing and Disney endings.
Just walking out and saying this was a really good show.
This was good. I
That was
feel
dope.
good.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
get you.
I feel great, and I want people to find themselves in music and hip hop because hip hop saved my existence. I would not be sitting in front of you
Yeah.
had it not been for this culture. That's why I'm very meticulous about what I say and what I write. I take it very serious.
A lot of respect for that.
Nah,
Thank
and,
you.
and everything you said, I agree with on the MC level for real.
Yeah.
But I would say on the DJ level, it would be more to, like, because as the DJ, you have to back up the MC. So it's our job to make sure everyone feels comfortable, the mood's right. Like, you could be from this rival gang, that rival gang, as the DJ, and, the beginning ages like Cool Herc, Grandmaster Flash. We all love here. It's all community. We have a good time.
Yep.
Make you feel comfortable. Everyone's cool. Enjoy, just to make a memorable night for you. So when you leave, you're like, yo, the MC blew my mind. The DJ from me, like I felt comfortable. The whole thing was just like love in the air. So that's pretty much my job to make you feel like, yo, I'm good here.
Yeah, because
Chilling.
you pretty much set the tone for how somebody experiences when they go out.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if the DJ isn't as good,
Yep.
they're not going to have a good time.
Very
They're going to
true.
leave, So, yeah,
Very
it's
true.
people don't understand that as an artist or DJ, because I DJ as well.
Absolutely.
It's very important. Like, you want to see the smiles on their faces. You want to see them dancing to your music. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So, I feel you on that because that's my main thing, reading the crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sound's
Sure.
important. It's like the same way when people are sad or they have a breakup, they put on sad music,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Or if you're about to go work out, you put on hype music.
Mm-hmm.
Your feelings correlate with the sounds around you. Everything is frequencies and BPM. So our, the voice is also an instrument on the track or
No,
even
very
on
true.
stage. So we have to make sure we have a certain, vibe whenever we're
And we're
doing
not
it.
clashing. Like I could throw in some craziness and it might not flow with SB, or SB could start, spitting on something that doesn't flow with me. So we always have to be in sync. when we rocking together. So we are always like flowing the same energy we have for each other, trying to give out to you guys so y'all can catch the wave. So most important thing,
Your positive energy.
Exactly, that's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So where do you guys see yourself in the future?
Oh man, I see myself on Mars. Chilling. Like for real though, right?
On the Star Trek.
You never know. Shout out to
On the
Elon Musk.
shuttle.
With the hidden colonies.
Right. Oh man, I would say one thing I definitely see us doing is a lot of community events, a lot of giving back to the community, whether it's charity, nonprofit. I want to more integrate that Cool Heart Grandmaster Fest, like that era of we just setting up out in the park and we just having a good time. It's free, come through, got food, we got local artists, local, business owners, etc., food, all that stuff, and you just come and have a good time. That's what I see us doing in the future, especially for Orlando. For real.
Yeah, I would, since I was about maybe 16, 17, I've always aspired to create a franchise of community centers where children can come and be artistic.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Mondays is DJ night, Tuesdays is MC night, Wednesdays is dancing night, Thursdays is freestyle night, Friday is public speaking night.
That's my dream too.
You know what I mean?
That's the move.
Yeah, because a lot of people that I grew up with that got murdered or went to jail, because I used to speak in schools and detention centers and Rikers. What happens is they had too much free time on their hands.
Yep.
And by the age of 16, they've already been arrested twice, and they're in gangs. It's not, and they don't want to be in that type of energy because they want to. They're bored.
Exactly.
So if I give you an outlet to do something with yourself, you can take all that anger or that feelings, or if you're in a broken home or whatever the case may not be, and you can use that as an outlet to rhyme or write or to draw or just meet other people who are like you.
Child energy.
I mean, for me, it's like when you see troubled kids and you help them and they really feel like you're helping them, you see the change in them, you know that that's not who they wanted to be.
Exactly.
And who they're turning into is who they really wanted to be. And that's always a great positive thing. That's what I would love to start something like that too one day, Ivana, my daughter, she dances. She would love to teach kids how to dance who can't afford it. You know,
and that's the conundrum that artists have. Cause she's super talented, right?
Yeah.
And it's like having that investment, having that distributor, having that backing where you can still do what you love and not be homeless.
Exactly.
That's that weird shift that people make, and then a lot of people, they don't want to endure that struggle, so they end up conforming to a job that doesn't really speak to their soul. And then once you stop doing what you love, you stop living. And then before you know it, 10 years pass and you haven't done anything that represents who you are. And then you lose yourself. And now you find yourself finding your, other methods of relaxation and happiness. Now you start doing drugs, or maybe you don't really get out, or maybe you stop feeling good, and then you just forget who you are, and then
you get depressed, and then that's it.
And then you start taking medications, and they start keep feeding you more medications, and it's just like it's a cycle that happens over and over again.
Yeah,
if you have a dream and a goal, chase it.
And that's going to be my last question to you. Is what would you say to artists who are coming up now, who one day want to make it out there, even if not they don't make it out there, but just to follow their dream?
Never give up. Keep that drive. Keep that hunger. Like most artists, let's say nowadays, Drake, when he started out, you can hear the passion and drive in his vocals and his music. He kept on going. And then once you obviously get there, you start getting, more relaxed, you're comfortable, you're making money. Never lose that drive. Keep on pushing. Does not, you can have 2 jobs. Make sure if you're an MC, write just 16 bars a night. That's it. If you're a DJ, work on a mix. Producer, work on your kicks or whatever element you are working towards to master. Just keep at. It's 12 hours a day.
You're a producer. You have music coming out as well.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna put everything in the bio.
Absolutely, and as well, comic book as well.
Really?
Called the 5 Elements of Hip Hop. Yeah, so
my inner nerd comes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, really?
Gotta show the youth, hip hop is cool. You know what I'm saying? Just because media sometimes, even for like you said, for upcoming artists, media shows, money, jewelry. Like every young artist coming out, look at my Rollie, my watch, my jewelry, I'm on top. They're not showing I made it. I went to the studio. Hey, I wrote this. Here's what I eat during the day. Here's my salad resume, my workout.
This is why I have the Rollie.
Exactly. They're not showing that part. So it's just that drive, that passion. Never lose that, joy of it. Obviously, you're gonna make money. Obviously, you're gonna, change your life and the people around you. But never lose that, that joy. Like, yo, I just spit the most hardest 2 bars. Let me hit up my homie SB right now. Like, yo, like just that. When you see a freestyle, you just smile for no reason because you're just in the moment. So never lose that. Never.
Perfect.
Yeah. What I try to keep it short-winded because I do motivational speaking on the side, so it's like my bread and butter. Every action is preceded by thought. So what that means is your mindset is stronger than the body. And the strongest muscle you have is the brain.
Yes.
A lot of people don't have tranquility within, and they're very weak up here, so they're weak out here. Your subconscious defines your reality, and what I'm trying to say is that you have to find a way to see what is not there.
Yes.
You have to be able to see what's not there, and you have to be willing to be in pain. People enjoy their comfort zone because their comfort zone is very convenient.
Yeah.
And people like convenience. It's like a gamble. When people gamble, they don't like to gamble on something that they know for a fact they're not gonna win. But if they know they're gonna win, they're willing to gamble.
Exactly.
This right here is about being willing to gamble with nothing in your corner, being willing to gamble with no money in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's
being alone.
Yes, and knowing yourself. I spent hours alone.
Yeah.
In my life, I go to water. I don't know if it's because I'm a Pisces. I don't know what it is exactly. I'm not really into signs like that. I don't believe in that. However, I go to places that made me feel like I'm centered.
Yes.
And because I've spent so many hours by myself, I'm able to coexist in pain and struggle, or somebody else that I'm in love with, or friends. Because a lot of people don't know themselves. They know other people more than themselves. So once they lose that support system, they get lost.
Yes.
And this life has a lot of ups and downs, but that's what life is. If you get hooked to a machine, boop, boop, that shows you that you're alive. When you're dead, it's flat, right?
Yeah.
If you're living monotone, you're not living, you're existing. So you have to be willing to be in pain and understand that what you desire is outside of your comfort zone. And then once you acquire whatever the goal is, you have to be willing to start from ground zero again and go through that uncomfortable feeling all over again. People get to a certain point, they get through the uncomfortable, adversity, they acquire something, and I bet I made it, right? I got this, but they don't want to struggle ever again.
Yeah.
People like to feel like, okay, I know where I'm going. And the last thing I'll say is this: if you want control over your life, you have to be willing to let go of control.
Yes.
And that's
Absolutely.
that weird oxymoron. If you want control of your life, you have to let go of the idea of control and stop picturing what you think is going to be.
Yeah.
You have to adapt. You know what I mean? Like if I lose an arm, that doesn't mean I stop dancing. That just means I'm going to start waving differently now with a nub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, okay, well, I can't dance no more.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I'm going to be the first person to wave with the shoulder blade and keep it going. That's it.
Yeah.
Having that ability to adapt. Because
Yeah.
people are like, oh my God, well, it's not going this way, and I thought it was gonna go this way, so now my life is shattered, it's gonna implode, and I'm gonna, no.
No.
Being open to failing over and over and over, because it's not failing if you don't forget the lesson that you
So you're the
learned.
master of your own destiny.
Correct,
Exactly.
and people don't understand
So
that.
now we're
Exactly.
into a deep conversation now.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And then the problem, just to touch on that, people will pray for help, but they won't help themselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't,
I've seen
you
that.
can pray, but the thing is that a lot of people are not gonna believe in you. The only person that needs to believe in you is you.
You. Yeah.
That's it.
You're right.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No. Especially when you're mentally trained from a young age. This is how you're supposed to act. This is
Correct.
what you're supposed to do. This is how
course.
you're supposed to live your life. You go to school, you make money, you get a job.
Yep.
And everyone's programmed
It's
like that.
assembly line.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you see it with everybody. Everyone's programmed like that. And when you deprogram yourself and you say, no, I want to live my life and live my dream.
That's when the
That's when
awakening
you start
starts
living.
right there.
Yeah, and that's when you start tapping into that hidden power.
Exactly.
We only
yeah.
use a small percentage of our brain, and it's always going to be that way unless you force yourself to be uncomfortable. It's like a lobster. A lobster grows when it gets out of its shell, when it's uncomfortable and it can't move. If you stay in that shell, you're not going to grow anymore. It's the same idea with that. A lot of people don't like that suffocating feeling.
Yeah.
I live for that.
Yeah.
I live for the blood and the tears and the uncertainty.
That's good.
Confidence is knowing you're gonna do it even when you don't know how to do it. Anyone can be positive anything can be anyone can be positive.
Yeah.
When everything is good, right?
Yeah.
I just got paid today. It's lit.
Yeah.
I got my income tax. It's lit. But how do you act when you have no money?
Exactly.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to really look at yourself. Like, how am I when things are dark? That's when your character shines through.
Yeah. And that's how you grow.
Yeah.
You have to have pain to have joy.
The mind, you have the mind, the subconscious. Like from people that obviously, like you said, with praying, that's very important. You should always pray.
Absolutely.
Say your affirmations, very important. But I can say something right now and not believe it. You know, it's the difference from I am going to make it.
Exactly.
And I'm going to walk that path.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to get up. I'm still sitting down.
And believe it.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Without any reason. When we did our first tour, when I went on tour with them for the first time, I literally would write, I'm going to go on tour with him 1,000 times on Microsoft Word. Wow. I did that for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Until my laptop battery died. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like detention. You write, I will not talk in detention over and over again. And then eventually you stop talking. Because you're instilling it into your being.
Exactly.
It's like if you keep calling somebody stupid or ugly. Right. Whether they're intelligent and beautiful, it's not going to matter. They're going to believe you. Yeah. It's like a child. You keep telling a kid you're garbage, then that's what they will be. Garbage. Yeah. You tell a kid you're special, what they do? They walk around. Entitlement, right? Because you keep telling them that.
Yeah. You have to tell them they're beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah. Over and over.
You know? Especially a child. Especially. Yeah. Especially. Because that's literally that's the future right there.
Exactly.
That's literally the future.
Yeah.
Whether
and seeing the way the future is going on right now.
Yeah.
They need that support, and they need some strong figures in their life to show them the way.
Yeah, but their figures are iPads and iPhones.
I know, Instagram. And that's what I'm saying. That's what's so sad.
Snapchat.
Yeah, I grew up getting manhunt, cutting my knee, playing basketball. The kids are now growing up playing Fruit Ninja, Candy Crush.
I mean, you see it in restaurants, you see it everywhere, you know, and it's sad, you know, and then you have those people, like I said, who think outside the box and who want to actually grow. And that's who you want to, you know, reach out to and who you want to
grab. And stay around.
Yeah.
Stay next to that source.
Well, I want to say thank you to guys for being here today. I really love you guys.
No, thank you.
I love the positive.
This is awesome.
Back to you right now.
Like it was very positive, and I love that.
Absolutely.
You're gonna actually perform for us.
Yes.
Yeah, I could do a little rippity rap.
Okay, so we'll be right back while he gets ready.